Bad things are happening to Chrissy Rock, who is in jail, and they're not getting better for Blueface, who is also in jail. However, what's going on with their son is the real question that everyone wants to know. In this video, we dive into the chaos surrounding Chrissy Rock and Blueface's child, who is stuck in the middle of their mess. Keep an eye on things because the little one doesn't look good either. Perhaps having a child would make things more peaceful, but Chan Rock is now facing 8 years in jail, and in case you didn't know, Chrisean and Blueface will have their son back in 2023. That seemed like a short moment of peace, but then the storm came back, and Chrisean and Blueface were swept up in a sea of court cases, arrests, and non-stop chaos, instead of enjoying the joys of being parents. When it seemed like things couldn't get any worse, they did on June 10th, when Chrisean went to Blueface's court hearing and things took a strange turn. Chrisean understood that her legal problems had caught up with her and she couldn't just watch. The police moved quickly and arrested her right then and there. Chrisean had been wanted in Oklahoma for 2 years on charges of having marijuana with the plan to sell it. The whole thing looked like something out of a movie as TMZ cameras rolled as she was handcuffed and led away, her face showing a mix of shock and disbelief.
Christine.
Oh, they saying I got a whole nother case caught up in downtown. I don't even be downtown.
What was already a chaotic courtroom with Blueface's hearing taking center stage quickly turned into a full-blown media frenzy. But if that wasn't enough drama, things escalated even further when Chan's infant son was taken from her right there on the spot. The chaos only deepened, no one knew where. The baby would end up, and rumors started flying left and right. A source claimed the child had been taken into custody, but the question of who would care for him hung in the air, adding yet another layer of heartbreak to an already messy and heartbreaking situation Chrisean was booked into to the Los Angeles County Jail, and while she might have looked shocked and confused in the video footage of her arrest, those charges, they were no surprise to her. In fact, Chrisean had been talking about this months before it all went down. In her Instagram live sessions, she had expressed hope that her legal troubles would get cleared up without her having to do time. She even mentioned how hard she had been working to get things straightened out, trying to avoid exactly what happened.
Oh, all my warrants. My warrants are getting cleaned up. I've been paying off fees and getting rid of shit, talking to certain people to help my situation out. Because, I have my son, so the old me would have just turned myself.
However, it appears that her attempts were in vain, since prior to being extradited to Oklahoma, she had to deal with a charge in California. Attack with a dangerous weapon was found guilty of her on June 18th, and she was sent to jail for 30 days. Her punishment totaled 100 days. The manager of Blueface gave some context for her circumstances. He gave fans hope that Chrisean would return home before Christmas by saying that they had 45 days to transport her, and that the sooner she gets in Oklahoma, the sooner she won't be spending years behind bars once in Oklahoma in care. Instead, the judge may give her a few months. In any case, we should see Chrisean before Christmas, possibly even before the summer is over, and she will be fine after serving her 30-day sentence in California. Chrisean was sent to an Oklahoman facility, where she is currently awaiting trial on her drug-related claims. This is not Chan's first run-in with the law. In fact, it's just the latest chapter in a messy past. Chan has been in and out of courtrooms for years, dealing with everything from drug charges to attack cases. These charges include failure to have a tax stamp fixed on controlled dangerous substances (CDs) and possession of CDs with intent to sell. Each charge carries a 4-year sentence, meaning Chrissy could spend up to 8 years in jail, depending on how things turn out in court. Her legal problems began on May 7, 2020, when she was charged with possession of marijuana and drug tools in Maryland. It was like the beginning of a snowball rolling downhill from there. Charges like that are serious and can result in big fines and even jail time. However, for Chrisean, this was only the start of her roller coaster ride through the court system. Things only got hotter on July 13, 2021, when she failed to appear in court, which led to the issue of a bench warrant for her arrest. This move brought additional complications, and the warrant is still in force as of June 2024, showing how deeply Chan struggles with the law. The next major chapter in Chan's runaround with the law happened just a few months later in late November 2021. This time, after signing with Blueface Records in 2020, Christian Rock was living at his house and still signed to his company. However, things got out of hand when Blueface and his manager Whack 100 decided they'd had enough and called the cops to get her off the property in a video that went viral online. Chrisean is seen standing her ground and refusing to leave the home, saying that she wasn't living there for free and that she was still employed by Blueface. Live here without cost.
I live here for free.
free. I work. What are you talking about?
You work what? What do you do?
I'm an artist, man.
You work where?
What are you talking about?
You work where? You pay a bill?
I work for you.
When the police tried to defuse the situation, WAC 100 lost it and demanded that Chrisean leave, claiming she had no right to stay in the house. Despite the participation of the police, the situation worsened after they left, with WAC and Blueface fighting among themselves and WAC vowing to make sure Chan left.
No work for He dropped you a week ago. 2 weeks ago. He dropped you. You
The entire incident was nothing short of total turmoil, and on August 22, 2022, the police finally took Chrisean to get her belongings. It's unknown if she truly departed that day, but the drama didn't stop there. Chrisean was in hot water once more, this time in Arizona. This time, she was facing charges of criminal trespassing in the third degree and disorderly behavior. The trespassing charge was finally dropped, but the disorderly conduct charge materialized, adding even more complexity to Chrisean's already complex legal situation. Worse still, when Chrisean failed to appear in court on September 6, 2022, things only got worse. Every time Chrisean skipped a court date, it was like digging herself a little deeper into the legal mess she'd dug herself. The trouble continued, and in August 2023, Chrisean found herself back in the news for another fight with another bad East Star woman. This pattern of missing court dates was starting to paint a clear picture of her non-compliance with the law and is one of the main reasons she's behind bars right now, and not with her child. Vicky, during the shooting in Upper Marlboro, Maryland, there was a lot of controversy about something as trivial as a liked tweet. Vicky liked a post that Chrisean reportedly took offense at, which caused conflict between the two.
I'll tell you what, dead homie, she gonna get up out of here one way or another. I take the hit. I take the hit on the dead homie. No, she gonna get up out of here, dog.
Although Zeus Network tried to deny that a fight occurred on set, Vicky persisted in showing off her cuts and bruises, claiming they were from the altercation with Chan. Given Chan's extensive criminal history, this was just one more episode in her mounting list of legal problems. Vicky claimed she tried to apologize, but Chrisean wasn't having it. Instead, Chrisean threw something at her, and things quickly turned into a physical fight. You might think that at this time, Chrisean would slow down and attempt to avoid the drama, but her legal problems only grew worse when, on October 26, 2023, her former hairstylist Irby Lala sued her with a significant civil complaint. After an incident at the Baddies premiere in January 2023, where Chan reportedly punched her in the face, Lala accused Chan of assault, battery, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. To make things even more complicated, Zeus Network was brought into the suit for negligence. And just when you thought that was enough, another case landed on January 7, 2024, James Wright. Chanel filed a civil lawsuit against Chan for injuries he claimed he suffered during an alleged assault. The lawsuit claimed compensation for the harm Chan's actions caused, adding yet another layer to her already complex legal web. Let's not forget that Blueface has been facing his own set of legal problems, while Chrisean has been busy navigating her own storm. If you think Chan's legal fights were intense, wait until you hear what Blueface has been up to. It may even make you feel a little sorry for their helpless child who seems to be caught in the middle of all this chaos. Blueface was recently sentenced to 4 years in jail. For those who are unfamiliar with SK, the drama started when Blueface and his group arrived at Skinny's lounge prepared to rock the night before. It has been building for a while. A violent incident with security happened at Skinny's lounge in San Fernando Valley, a popular venue known for its lively vibe and star sightings. The event started as a planned night out. When Blueface and his entourage arrived at the court, the bouncer, who was only carrying out his job, asked for identification. When they couldn't show the required documentation, the bouncer denied them access. This didn't sit well with Blueface's team, and things quickly got out of hand. One of his crew members then gave the first punch. After landing it straight on the bouncer, all hell broke loose. Blueface and 3 other people began a vicious attack, punches flying and kicks landing hard as the guard tried to defend himself. In a startling turn, a woman from their group took out her phone and began filming the entire attack, while Blueface stomped the defenseless bouncer. One guy even tried pulling the bouncer by his feet to continue the attack. When it was over, the bouncer was left bleeding and helpless on the ground. But that wasn't the end. Blueface then casually tapped the bouncer, apparently to see if he was still conscious, before leaving him sprawled out and struggling. The fallout was brutal, and the bouncer ended up in the hospital. Pictures of his broken face demonstrated how vicious the attack was, and the cops quickly looked into the security camera that caught every horrific moment. The proof was convincing. Blueface was taken into arrest and charged with felony assault and battery. The prosecution's video proof of the attack's ferocity sealed the case, despite Blueface's defense team's pleas for leniency. Blueface was found guilty of the charges, and the judge made it clear that such acts of violence are not only careless but also a threat to public safety. He was sentenced to probation, but he was warned that if he made another mistake, the effects would be far worse, which is exactly what happened. Not this case, but the slip-ups after it happened in December 2023, while Blueface was playing at the Gym nightclub in Salt Lake City. Just like Chris and Rock, Blueface couldn't stay out of trouble. He took it too far when he called a fan on stage and then simply shoved her to the ground, causing a great deal of anger.
I'm doing clickbait stuff. I'm like, oh, I know what you're talking about. I promise you, I didn't mean it like that. No, I promise you. I'm sorry if I offended you.
The event on December 16th was caught on camera, as you are already aware, and it quickly went viral. In the video, Blueface is seen accusing a fan of throwing ice at his fiancée, Jaden Alexis. He calls the fan on stage, shoves her, and tells security to handle the problem. At that point, confusion breaks out, and Jaden is even pushed toward the fan, ready to throw hands. The public wasn't feeling it, and there was a swift backlash, with many calling for Blueface to face legal consequences. When he finally turned himself in on January 24th, it was all documented on camera, of course. His blue face was composed and even smiled as he entered the jail.
Some mandatory issues, man. I see you on the other side.
All right.
Good check. Only a real player will go to jail looking like he's finna go to the Himalayas.
All of this culminated in Blueface's recent sentencing on August 9th, which was painful for his father because he was obviously unhappy with the judge's decision.
You have to probably tell the results. I'm gonna let. Yeah, boy.
The story didn't end there. In addition to the bouncer case, Blueface was juggling several other legal fights, the most serious of which was an attempted murder charge. This all happened in October 2022, outside the Happy Gentleman's Club in Vegas. It started when a man named KBS Trailer made a slick comment about Blueface talking to some girls in a cheap car that didn't sit right with Blueface or his crew. Things got heated very quickly, and before long, the crew tried to jump the trailer in his truck. Unwilling to back down, Blueface pulled a gun and fired 2 shots at the fleeing car, with 1 bullet grazing the trailer's hand. Fast forward to November 15, 2022, when Blueface was caught by undercover police in a dramatic arrest outside Loose Chicken and Waffles in Las Vegas.
That's Blueface. The undercover cops just pulled up on him, bro. They got him.
In July 2023, Blueface avoided a lengthy prison term by pleading guilty to battery and discharging a firearm. The video shows officers swarming him and taking him in without any fight. He was booked on attempted murder and discharging a firearm, despite the nature of the charges. He got a suspended sentence of 24 to 60 months behind bars, meaning he is currently on probation, but the judge did not issue a warning.
Not hesitate to put you in prison for a significant period of time. You are playing with your liberty, your life, obviously, but you're playing with your liberty if you're going to have guns and do anything that's going to violate your probation in that regard. Do you understand?
I know, bro. You all right, dude? Bro, that's not good, bro. Damn, dude.
I woke up, my car wasn't with me tonight. Tiptoeing around my house while I'm asleep. Asked me to sleep, tiptoeing. Cut herself, breaking in, left a little note in blood. Cut herself home. Like,
I was speaking for real, but I'm gonna be a buck. I use this time to really heal. I was healing from a lot of shit.